You mentioned Call of Duty. Let's jump into that news story I have.
Confusing name.
Yeah, so we might be on different minds of this. I don't know if I find it that confusing, but I understand the how it was easily made fun of, right? So I'll pull up the article. This was first broke online by Jason Schreier, but he's pulling an actual influencer who leaked that information. So yeah, so I'll go through the actual article.
Hope he doesn't get caught because he's not getting any more exclusives.
I wonder how big this YouTuber is because maybe it doesn't matter. But so the next Call of Duty is called Modern Warfare. This is from Kotaku, Jason Schreier. The first Modern Warfare was called Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare, so it's only natural that the fourth Modern Warfare is called Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Confused yet? That's video games for you. News of this year's strangely named Call of Duty leaked via YouTuber Long Sensation this morning. Activision has been showing the game to press and influencers, YouTubers and streamers for a week or two now, so a leak like this was inevitable. Kotaku has not seen the game or agreed to any embargo, but we've heard from many sources connected to Call of Duty, the Call of Duty world, that this is indeed Call of Duty Modern Warfare, and that it's a soft reboot of the first one.
Oh, really? That's confirmed? I didn't know that was confirmed.
Apparently. So it's developed by Infinity Ward for release this fall, which I'm assuming would be their last handling of that before they hand it off to, Treyarch? Yeah. So it'll be heavy on troubling, realistic, emotional moments, very much inspired by the controversial No Russian campaign in Modern Warfare 2 that allowed the player to gun down civilians. Kotaku also broke the news on Saturday that Activision's mega popular military shooter series has been in flux, with Black Ops studio Treyarch taking over lead development of COD in 2020. So they're almost up against the wall, right? This is the next entry in the Modern Warfare franchise.
Right.
But do they call it, Modern Warfare 4 or Call of Duty 4, Modern Warfare 4? It seems like, because that would be the proper title, right?
Modern Warfare?
Yes. I was thinking about that. That's awesome.
You
Modern
almost
Warfare.
said it. It sounded like I was like...
I might have, merge it together.
That's how it... it's... I don't know. I also haven't been paying attention for a long time. I know those are kind of the big ones, Modern Warfare and Black Ops, which people go... I never really played the Black Ops games. I've heard they're very good.
The stories are always really highly renowned. This one didn't have a story the last release. But yeah, I
think part of it that worries me is, so there was this one article or this video essay I watched a while back about how Call of Duty 4 was revolutionary for its time, and then everything else has been kind of samey since. And one of the biggest things is the story progression, the way things work. One of the biggest things that we all expect the big nuke moment in every single game, and they all have them. I do think the No Russia was a solid step up from the nuke, because that was genuinely upsetting, even if you knew it was coming. I can't imagine if you didn't know it was coming.
Maybe when that game initially released, but
well, it was leaked before it was released, so we all knew it was coming, and they warned people in advance, like, "Hey, you don't have to shoot anyone."
Right.
But so that was a pretty solid step up, because that was upsetting. But yeah, the nuke moment, and they talk about the build up, and there was really nothing like it at the time.
Sure.
And it was so crazy that your character, who'd been Superman up to that point, was now stupid Vincible and very dead.
Yeah.
So it'd be neat. I don't know how they need to find some way to change their storytelling so it does something.
I agree with you. Where I'm sure they will have some kind of moment like that. That's at least something that they don't really seem to get a lot of praise for. Is the fact that they are conscious of the fact that it's a military shooter, but they're not trying to glorify the shooting itself. I mean, that's part of it. It is a game mechanic, but at the same time, they're trying to show some realism in how it's just it's brutal. I mean, you are killing people, and so these moments they have that are actually end up being super controversial, they're there to actually make the gamer, the person playing, think about what you're doing and how and they're kind of trying to play with those ideas, and with the No Russian, part or experiencing that nuke in the first one, they're showing you how war is brutal and nuts in a game that you're still having fun playing it. Yeah, I find that that's an interesting line that they try and toe with the game. But yeah, I would expect the same kind of,
we're getting the nuke again. It's just happening. Yeah. It'd be cool if nukes, can you imagine if the game got to the end and there was no nuke scene?
Interesting.
I'd be if credits rolled, I'd be like, amazing. You did it without it? Oh my God, Call of Duty, you're back. I don't know where they would go with it. It'll be nice to see Price back. Everyone loves Captain Price.
Oh, he's the Scottish guy, or
I have no idea what he is.
there's a dude with like the heavy Scottish or Irish accent that I remember. Was he
He's
from
got
like
the
Gilly
mustache.
level?
I think he's British.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah, you're right.
He
You're right.
might, but yeah, he's got the glorious mustache.
Uh-huh.
He's charming as hell. I think they had, what's the mask guy? That may have been in 2. What is it, Ghost or something, or Zero or some?
I feel like Ghost is a name, but
maybe Ghost.
Yeah,
So
I'm not sure.
But we also don't know if it's like an all-out remake. They literally just remade the game.
Yeah,
So-
they did the HD kind of remake of it. This says soft reboot, so I wonder if it's just taking place in the same time and kind of exploring the same ideas. I'm not sure. But I imagine they usually, if they're following the same mantra, it's like they have their own little event where they release the trailer and talk about it. So I imagine we'd expect that soon. If they're showing YouTubers this 2 weeks ago or for the past 2 weeks, then we should expect an announcement soon.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Something I'd love for them to do. So with their zombies, like there's a lot of Cthulhu and Lovecraftian
Sure, yeah.
lore in that, and people go nuts for the lore in that because there's a lot of it and cool Easter eggs. Like I really wish they'd just make a campaign out of it. I think people would go absolutely apeshit.
Of just zombies?
Yeah, and they
That could be
needed,
done.
well, not just necessarily just zombies, but like these weird creatures, the Cthulhu and stuff,
I see.
and do it before this whole big.
The handoff or trade-off of the development?
Well, more so just before, like, Cthulhu is really hot right now, and I'm
Oh.
sure it's going to crash soon.
Maybe.
Because it's like, especially with board games, like, we're at capacity. we're a bit beyond capacity. There is a Cthulhu version of every single game
Sure.
out there, and it's creeping into everything else. So it's like, they need to hit it before we're done with it.
Yeah. No, that's true. Interesting. Yeah.
And we're
Well-
starting to get some cool games out of it, though, so that's nice. But
That's the thing. Yeah. I mean, I'm fine with them exploring that, but I'm also on the outside where, I'm not seeing the fact that, every board game, every game is really trying to dig into that. But there's a bunch of books, stories by that guy. I forget his name, the main author. But there's a huge
George
world.
Orwell's. No, I don't.
No. What is
And
his
you've
name?
even read some of his, too.
Yeah, it was the Mountains of Madness that I skimmed through.
Ooh, that's supposed to be a good one. And that's
yeah.
what the new or that's what people think the new Darkest Dungeon game is based off of, because they're
Okay.
all heading up to a mountain.
Is there already or Cthulhu stuff in there, or
It's very,
Gotcha.
It's very.
I see.
So
I was gonna pull up with that Call of Duty news. There was uproar, people just really making fun of it online because of them going back and kind of
confusing title.
and confusing. Yeah, but this isn't the first time. This is kind of a common thing now, right? Like say with the last God of War, instead of 4, it was just God of War. That's kind of a standard thing that seems to be happening.
It is kind of annoying though.
Or the last Doom was just Doom.
It's one of those things though that, like, if you actually whoop ass, I think most people are cool with the taking over the title, because also God of War was on its that would have been 6.
That's true. If you account for all the other titles, I'm not sure where the other ones fall in line. I think this is the 4th as far as like the last one in the story, but there's other prequels and stuff that are in there too.
Yeah.
There's like Ascension, I think, is one of them, and
Right. Yeah.
so,
and those were actually supposed to be really good.
apparently, yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, I feel like that brought it to the table. That was God of War right there. And also, it's sort of like a new generation. There's a bunch of kids that didn't grow up with God of War. Like that was when we were in high school or like middle school almost. Like
When on the original, like, was it PlayStation 2 where it first launched? Yeah. So it was a while ago.
So this is the new Kratos.
So, and that's why I'm not super, I don't care either way, but that's why when I saw that, it's like, okay, yeah, they do that all the time with other games. So,
Yeah.
but is it funny? Yes, it is funny. For them.
It sucks when the new game doesn't bring it. Like when Twisted Metal was like, all right, we've got new Twisted Metal in. And I was just like, you've used every button. You've used motion controls. Like, this is not playable. What?
Yeah. I never got to play that one, but I remember hearing that.
I hated it. But I also played it online, and people were stupid good at it.
Oh.
So it's like, I can't kill people.
Yeah.
Physically incapable.
So, and that's actually still a rumor with the Call of Duty news. So they haven't had their event yet. They will announce it. This is apparently just completely leaking to where that's exactly what's happening. But until we get their official word, we'll know for sure.